You're watching Oilers Nation Everyday with Tyler Yaremchuk. Your one-stop shop for all things Oilers.
Dear Santa, all I want for Christmas is a new Oilers jersey, a spot on the next Nation vacation, a case of Nation beer, and an Oilers win in Minnesota. I don't even think you can make that happen, though. Let's get... I realized as the intro was playing, I was like, it would have been funnier if I was like writing while I was doing that. But again, that's what happens when you come up with all your bits.
To write your letter to Santa Claus. Very nudes miss to all of you.
More on that in a second. Welcome into the show, live from the Sports Closet studio. Check them out online, sportscloset.ca. The show's a presentation of Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Cahill is in and says, should have been sitting on his lap. I think
that's a big guy. Come sit on Santa's lap.
I think that might be an HR violation. But you are our Oodle Noodle Santa because it's Nudes Miss Jay.
Merry Nudes Miss everyone. Who's Jay?
You can win Oodle Noodle for a year by visiting one of their locations in Edmonton. And yes, there's going to be one winner from every location. You show up, you get an entry into the draw. You make a purchase, you get another entry into the draw. So not only are you going to get dinner tonight, you're also going to have a chance to get dinner for all of next year with our friends at Oodle Noodle. Free nudes for a year and other exciting prizes. They also have their daily deals. So check out one of the many locations in Edmonton.
Breaking.
Travis
Dermott is on waivers.
Oh, Merry Nudes Miss everyone. You're welcome.
How long are you doing that for?
Say, is this an hour? An hour straight?
No way we're doing this the whole hour.
Can't wait till Bruce gets on. See the reaction.
Actually, that is a good point. Bruce's reaction will probably be good to this. But Jay is dressed up as Santa today. Merry Nudes Miss Santa.
Merry Nudes Miss to you, Tyler. Santa was at Operation Friendship Senior Society earlier today, giving away Christmas cheer to seniors in need.
You see our boy Jimmy? My boy Jimmy?
Me and Jimmy exchanged a hug of one brother to another. It was nothing but love.
You're rhyming a little too. We got a super chat. Hello. Why not kick off the show with that? Boom. Remember, all of our super chats are in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation, something we're very excited to be doing. Our guy Lance Kane is in. Shout out to Pirate Boy Wise Kyle. He can't come to the party tonight because he has heart surgery tomorrow. So we're sending our best to Wise Kyle. So is Lance. Yes, he angers us with his goalie takes, but we're giving Wise Kyle all the best. He can't come to the party tonight, which means there is one more spot open as well. What will we do with it? Tune in to find out. I don't even know if we're going to
say this could be anything.
Could be anything.
Could be anything.
Sure.
Just message us. Hey, can I have that ticket? We're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, honestly. One free agent spot available for the party tonight. Brooke is in. Can't wait for the Christmas party tonight. It is going to be a lot of fun. We're very excited to be taking over Dogpatch for the evening.
Why don't you invite Travis Dermott? He apparently has nothing to do today.
He sat at the airport waiting to see where he goes next.
Get him a taxi to Dogpatch.
You know, I got nothing there. It's a Sherwood Ford. Davin is in Jay. If you break character, we lose tonight. Don't want that. Anyways, Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of the show is Edmonton is in Minnesota tonight, a place that has not treated them very well over the last little bit.
Minnesota's on the naughty list.
The Minnesota thing is wild. Like, do you remember?
A pun for our British friend.
Yeah, meant to do that one.
On brand for Liam.
It reminds me, and it's very different, but it reminds me of when the Oilers were terrible, but would always beat the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah.
No matter what, they would always beat them at Rexall Rogers, whatever. But in Minnesota, I feel like I've never seen them win, ever. We spoke about this last time they played. What was that guy's name? Pierre-Marc Bouchard.
Pierre-Marc Bouchard, yeah.
Yeah. He actually is an Oilers killer. I looked, he's like 4th all-time in Wild history at points against the Oilers.
So many little ones have on their Christmas wish list a win in Minnesota tonight. And by golly, Santa is going to work hard for you.
I'm gonna
only if you're nice.
I'm gonna give you 4 more minutes, then we gotta stop.
Someone's being naughty.
No, I'm giving you the hour because I want to know if you can do it.
Santa is very hot at the moment, but he is here for the whole hour.
Like the
To
studio,
spread Newt Smith's cheer.
like the studio lights, and the fact this room is just naturally
It is
very warm.
You don't
and
think Santa can perform under the lights?
He does
mostly-
every year.
I do every year. You light your Christmas trees.
The last time the Oilers won in Minnesota was back on February 7th, 2019. I tweeted out what happened in that game. Ty Ratty caught the game winner. Zach Cassian scored the empty netter. Cam Talbot stopped 35 of 36. Devin Dubnyk was on the other side, gave up 3 goals in the game. Oilers since then have lost 6 games in a row in Minnesota at the old Xcel Energy Center. It's been a house of horrors for the Oil, man, and I don't know what it is. Like,
They're good.
yeah,
There's that part of it too. They're
yeah,
just
like
a
you
good
made the
team.
Chicago thing, but like the difference is Minnesota's really damn
A
good.
really good team, and they've been consistently a playoff team now,
Yeah.
probably for that length of time too. And I know the others have as well, but I'd be curious to know what the record is for Minnesota coming to Edmonton.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not great for the Oilers, but they've had a couple of like bigger wins over the last number of seasons that have kind of skewed at least the plus minus side of things a little bit. But they played earlier this season. Edmonton lost that game. So, I mean, it was only a couple of weeks ago, that 5-3 loss.
Santa gave you the gift last game with that first goal against Fleury, and somehow you couldn't pull it off. Ho, 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 ho.
That is a good point.
They did beat them last season at home 4-3. Before that, they beat them at home 5-2.
So in the same stretch where they're 0-6 on the road, I just looked, they're 2-4 at home. So still a losing record.
They beat. Yeah, wow, there's just a lot of L's on this one. We could really get into it. I remember I've actually been to 2 Minnesota Mild games against Edmonton at
Really?
Rogers. There's the one we were both at last year.
Mhm.
And
You
then,
just called them the mild when they're red hot. Ho, 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 ho.
well, the mild is a flavor of spice you can actually get if you win the Nudes stuff, right?
Mild, hot, medium. Oodle Noodle's got all the levels of heat. Ho, 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 ho. But do they have studio heat? I don't know. Ho, ho, ho.
Ty's face. I had to cut to that.
The other one I went to was, I think it was a 7. The others got smoked. It was on like Family Day or Father's Day or something like that. Because I went with my dad. There was a kid in front of me doing Fortnite.
You know when Father's Day is, Liam?
Actually-
It's in June. Santa's in
Oh.
flip-flops by then.
Then it was probably Family Day.
Okay.
There was a kid doing Fortnite dances in front of me the entire game. It was an absolute nightmare. But anyway, one Oiler scored his first career goal that game. He doesn't play for them anymore.
What year was it? Ho, ho, ho.
They lost. I think it was a 7-3 loss. That was 2022.
2022, Oilers scored his first
He
career
doesn't
goal.
play for the Oilers
No
anymore.
longer with the team.
He was a draft pick by the Oil.
Oilers pick
If anyone in the chat, maybe this is
Was
how
it
you,
Broberg?
No. Maybe this is how you get your seat in the event tonight. If you still want to come, if you can guess who scored their first career goal. Let me make sure this is right.
Samirikov. Ho, ho, ho,
No, he
ho,
never.
ho.
He did not
He
stick
never
around long
even
enough.
played for the Oilers,
Yes,
did he?
he did. He got
Samirikov?
drafted in St. Louis.
You don't remember?
Oh, yeah. That was a
Northeast
real.
at Holloway.
No.
Gord said Esa Tikkanen.
No.
Oh, yeah.
1922.
Tyler Benson.
Tyler
There we go.
Benson, yeah,
It clicked. Because remember, he like immediately tried to fight Kaprizov after.
that's right. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Santa
So
forgot he scored any goals. Ho, ho, ho,
he only
ho.
scored 1. So
That is actually
Hard to
crazy that he
forget.
only scored 1 as an Oiler.
yeah, 1 goal as the Oiler. It was that season and 1 assist. He's currently playing in mode in Sweden in
Mhm.
6 games, has 0 points, 25 penalty minutes.
Tyler,
Feisty on the naughty list at the moment. Ho, ho, ho.
we got game notes.
You
Get our-
gotta keep pushing, Ty.
Ty doesn't like Christmas.
Come on.
Liam.
We can do this.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, everyone.
Oh!
Happy Christmas, Ron.
It's just a
Very few
lot.
people will know that.
Okay. We got our game notes coming up in a little bit. We'll have a full lineup report and more. But first, let's go to the Star Mechanical guest line because we got a guest joining us today. Edmonton's #1 plumbing and heating company. You can find out more about them online at starmechanical.ca. residential, commercial, 24/7 emergency service. They do it all and they do it well at Star Mechanical. Excited to welcome in our pal, Bruce Curlock, to the program. Bruce, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
That's a good question.
He's doing great.
I'm
Bruce.
doing
Merry
great.
Christmas, Bruce.
Are you Merry Christmas, Santa? Are you feeling a lot of pressure with Santa right beside you, Tyler? Is this the
Yeah,
problem?
kind of. I feel
Okay.
like I feel like anything I say can be spun into a Christmas-related pun,
That
and it's
GT snow racer he wants is in jeopardy, Bruce. I'll tell you that much for sure. Ho, ho, ho.
Well, you've got a few days to redeem yourself, Tyler.
that is fair. Okay, first one I got for you. Travis
Hmm.
Dermott's on waivers today because the Oilers claimed Alec Regula. He is
Yeah.
someone who, I'll be honest, didn't really know existed until the Oilers claimed
He's
him.
not a regular in the NHL. Ho, 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 ho.
Holy fuck. It's gonna be a lot.
But of course, in classic Bruce fashion, you have a scouting report on him. So what can you tell us about the new guy?
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna take Travis Dermott's spot as the seventh defenseman. He's pretty limited in terms of his NHL experience. Again, there's some discussion out there that Stan Bowman knows the player pretty well, and it looks like he would have some idea given he was around the organization when he was in Rockford. So, big player, not a great skater. That's going to be the challenge for him at this level. He's a pretty good skater at the AHL level, but he doesn't have a dynamic first couple of steps in any direction. He's an excellent passer of the puck. I kind of think this is the part that maybe intrigues the Oilers. He makes a very good outlet pass. He's very accurate, makes quick decisions. Pretty good in the offensive zone too, although his point totals wouldn't give you that indication. But he's got an idea of when to get into the attack. He will jump into the play. But I mean, you're talking about a player that's basically a tweener between seventh defenseman, 6-7 defenseman here, and 1-2 defenseman in the AHL.
I look at his age and it tends to give me at least a little bit of reason to think there's some upside. Do you think it's smart to have a guy like that as your 7 over a Dermott or a Brown?
I mean, yes.
What a question. How old are you?
I think it's well reported. I was not a fan of the Brown signing, having watched a lot of Arizona games to watch Michael Gesselring, and Dermott was there too. I didn't really understand the idea behind bringing a lefty in, anyways, and the righty being Josh Brown just didn't work. So yes, I think this is a good bet. I wouldn't expect miracles from the player at this point. He's coming off a knee injury for starters, so my suspicion is that he's not going to play very much at the outset. And when he does, I think people just have to have their expectations relatively low in terms of what contributions he can make.
This is what the second claim the Oilers have made this season, I think.
Kapanen.
Kapanen was the other one, right?
Yeah.
What have you, I guess, made of him so far? And also, too, when Arvidsson comes back, whenever that may be, where do you think you would slide Kapanen in the lineup? I guess, would he be in your 12?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He would be in the 12 for sure. He's probably down, the lineup on the third line. I have never been a huge fan of Connor Brown. He's obviously does well on the penalty kill, but in terms of his contributions overall, I just don't know that he could score anymore. Kapanen, you might have the same trouble, but he does look like there's a little bit more player there. I think the critical part here is trying to make sure that the Oilers get to a point where they surround Adam Henrique with some skill. And that's
It's on his wish list.
100%, right? Because this is a player that I don't think really is slotted properly as a third line center. With the the players that they put him with. Jeff Skinner's is fine, but need a little bit more skill there. But and maybe Kapanen in that role can excel, but his history is not, you know, is that doesn't give you a lot of confidence there. But again, he does enough good things that I think you keep him in the lineup and you probably just slide him down to a third line role.
Yeah,
For $1 million, he's
Totally.
getting your money's worth, I think.
100%.
Yeah, and I like the idea of, like you said, giving Henrique a little bit of skill. I've continued to like what I see, though, out of Jeff Skinner down there. Like, we talked about that, I feel like, almost 6 weeks ago now. But the idea of creating a scoring third line, like, that would be a good idea, as obvious as it even sounds that we're questioning that. But people usually look at someone like Skinner and they're like, oh, not a traditional bottom six guy, not gritty enough, all that. But having a third line that can just consistently outscore the opposition, that would be a nice luxury to have with this team.
Well, I mean, what it does more than anything is it takes the pressure off the top two lines for chunks of the season, right? To be the producers. And you're okay. They'll chip in the occasional goal in the playoffs, but really what we're trying to do here is give some relief to the top six that they're not required every single game to be leading the scoring parade, right? And that, in a league in which, is becoming much more like the NBA, where there are some very bad teams and you're playing them, in your own division a couple or three times. Hello, San Jose. You'd like those players down the roster to score some, so that just on occasion Leon Draisaitl doesn't have to go 23 minutes, and take every face off and start every penalty kill or finish every penalty kill, whatever it looks like. Anything like that would take a little bit of pressure off these guys, so that when they hit the playoffs, they're a little bit fresher mentally and physically.
Let's go down to Bakersfield quickly, because there's a lot of people talking about, okay, what do you do when everybody's back? Do you take out Derek Ryan? And we get the question a ton in our YouTube chat of like, why just bring up Noah Philp? But you're a guy who watches those games down in Baco. Has Philp earned that call-up? What's he been looking like as of late?
Yeah, I mean, he's been fine. And I don't mean to hesitate on that in the sense of, it's his own play. It's just that entire team down there is they're, I'm not sure exactly what's going on down there, but it doesn't look like a very spirited team. They don't score at all. They're not very creative. Philp, is one of the exceptions. I mean, this is a team that's minus something like 15 in terms of goals for and against, and he's +6, with I think only one empty netter. So, like, his game overall in terms of what he is fine. Could he replace Derek Ryan today? Yes, he could. He wins faceoffs. He's big. He skates well enough. I mean, Derek Ryan isn't scoring, so I'm not really sure what it is that we think Noah Philp needs to do to overcome him. What I can say, and again, this is with all respect to Derek Ryan, but I worry about him playing. He's slower. He's been dinged a couple of times with big hits. And I think that just gets worse. You think about when we get to February, when everybody starts to really ratchet up the intensity and the physicality. I think I'd rather have a 6'3" guy who's 26, 27 years old as opposed to Derek Ryan. And I think he's fine. I think he can play now.
I got one from the inbox here that I want to throw your way. We'll make it our Great Clips inbox question for the day. More than 4,400 hair salons throughout the United States and Canada. Great Clips is the world's largest hair salon brand and official hair salon of the NHL. They're open 7 days a week, and your time is valuable, which is why you can use the Great Clips check-in app to get your haircut when you want. Great Clips, it's gonna be great. It is Tyler Mulikin who says, is it time to move on from Colin Chalk? And I do sense, just reading kind of opinions on Twitter, that there is some frustration with maybe how this coaching staff handles the younger guys and the vets in Baco. What do you make of the coaching down there?
Well, so I think the short answer is that there's probably a short leash here on him. I would start with just the caveat that, Colin Chalk came here as a second assistant coach for Jay Woodcroft and Dave Manson, and within a matter of months was the head coach. He never had nearly enough experience to take over as a head coach. I really don't understand the thinking on bringing him back at the end of the season in that role. I don't think you were doing him any favors. So there's a caveat there. That said, I mean, they've surrounded that organization down there with some serious development tools in terms of personnel. They've made a heavy commitment. And for whatever reason, that coaching staff does not seem to be all that interested in, sort of playing guys in all the high leverage roles that are players that we want to see here. I don't really understand. Here's the interesting one. Noah Philp had a fantastic game last game, and at 4-3 down with a minute 38 left. I mean, he was easily the best player in Bakersfield. He never saw the ice on the 6-on-5. Instead, it was Peterson, Griffin, Kajula, Deneen, Matt Savoy was on the ice, but no Philp. I don't even understand it. Just from the fact that he was the best player in the game, he should have been on the ice. The fact that he's somebody that the Oilers have an interest in slotting in should have made that a slam dunk. Never saw the ice. I don't understand it.
And that can't be something the staff in Edmonton is happy about either.
No, not at all.
I think they probably want him here, but if he's not even playing in those moments, then it's not a good sign for the staff.
You got a last one for Bruce?
I do. Bo Akey is at Team Canada camp right now. I believe he won't play tonight against the youth sports all-star team. I guess, firstly, how's his season been going? And then also, do you think he has a chance of making this team?
So, his season started slow, which I think should be expected given that he really hadn't been on skates since last November. But, as his timing and his conditioning and his confidence, and, I think you're, dealing with a guy who had a shoulder injury, so I'm sure he was, subconsciously worried about it. But as that's faded and the rest is gained in terms of timing and conditioning, he's been good. He's been really good. I think, I'm really quite comfortable with where he is, given that he's missed a year. In terms of his opportunities with Team Canada, he's on the cusp for sure. The right side of that defense is not incredibly strong. He is a tremendously mobile player, and it would be a real asset in terms of advancing the puck up the ice, both with skating and passing. He's actually a relatively good defender as well, even though he's only about 6 foot. Can he make the team? Yes, he can. What role is he in? He's probably in a 5-6 role. What odds do I give it? Probably 50-50. He's there. He's right there. And I know he was on the preliminary list last year, and the team, Hockey Canada was quite excited about it. So, he's going to get a chance. They're going to give him a leash, and hopefully he'll take it and run with it.
Bruce, as always, we appreciate your time. What kind of chance do you give our Bills this Sunday against the Lions?
0.
Shut up.
Go Lions, go.
I mean, you can cheer for the Lions all you want. I actually kind of like them in this game, believe it or not.
Bad call.
I kind of like them. I didn't like them against the Rams, and we saw what happened. But I do kind of like a reset here, and I kind of like them trying to stake their claim to being somebody that can beat Detroit in February.
Just so you guys know, if we lose, it's because we have so many injuries.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Here we go again.
I'll lay that down.
Oh, boy.
Bruce, as always, man, appreciate your time. Have a good weekend. Thanks for doing this.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Away goes Bruce. Final buzzers, and I think Jay fell asleep or he passed out from the heat.
I was just listening to all the good information Bruce Curlock provides this program. And by golly, you know Santa is a Browns fan. One of his elves from his workshop is the mascot of the team. Go Browns!
Let's get to our game notes for the day, brought to you by Sober Carpenter Craft Beer Reimagined. Sober Carpenter is celebrating 5 years of brewing award-winning non-alcoholic craft beer. From hoppy IPAs to rich Irish Reds, they've got the flavor without the buzz. Find Sober Carpenter at Sobeys, Loblaws, or get it delivered straight to your door at sobercarpenter.com. It's also available at your favorite liquor stores across Alberta. Cheers to 5 years of staying true to the craft. Sober Carpenter, crafted for those who sip differently. Maybe leave one up for Santa this year.
Santa loves those on the 25th when he's got a lot of work to do.
Liam, you handled game notes today over at the website. You can read the full article at Oilersnation.com. But give us a couple of game notes for tonight as Edmonton takes on Minnesota.
I'm going to make it a quiz.
Oh, boy.
How many... Kirill Kaprizov has 14 points against the Oilers in 10 games over his career.
Okay.
How many goals do you think he has?
I'll say he only has.
Question.
I'll say he only has 2.
2? Santa?
Santa says he has 1.
Santa is correct.
Santa read game notes.
Santa read game notes this morning. What else have I got on here? The goaltending on Minnesota has been insane.
Best goals against in the league as a team.
And the fewest.
What?
They have the fewest goals against.
Yeah, I just said best goals against.
Yeah, the fewest
They're
and the...
speaking the same language.
Saying the same thing.
Understand one another.
So Gustafsson has a 927 save percentage this season. He has played 21 games.
Wow.
How many of those games, for comparison's sake, he's second in the league in save percentage behind Anthony Stolarz. Stolarz only played 16 games. Yes, that's right. 21 games. He has allowed 2 or fewer in how many?
What's his GAA?
209.
20, yeah, something like that.
I'll say 14 of his 21.
Okay. Santa?
209. Santa's got to do some math. I'll probably go 16.
Well, we'll cut it in the middle. 15 of his 21 games.
He's on the good list, so I wanted to give him some more credit than his due.
But in his last game, he allowed 4 against the Utah Hockey Club on only 25 shots. So he's fallen apart, evidently. And the other one I have that was pretty good was David Yaremchuk was sent down to the Iowa Wild.
Yep.
So he basically hasn't played a game for the Minnesota Wild since being acquired from the Columbus Blue Jackets. And they called up Cameron Crotty, who is the captain of the Iowa Wild. He's 25 years old, played 1 game in the NHL.
Is he going to play tonight?
No. They basically just need to keep the seat warm next to Bill Guerin in the bleachers.
Fair enough. He needs some company up in the press box. I expect tonight to be actually a relatively low event hockey game. The Edmonton Oilers allowed the 5th fewest shots against per 60 minutes at 5-on-5. Minnesota, also a top 10 team. They are 9th in terms of generating chances. No team has more 5-on-5 shots per 60 than the Edmonton Oilers, which I guess would work in the favor of maybe it's more high event. But again, Minnesota's been so good at preventing this year. Minnesota 16th in shots for per 60. So they have been relying on their goaltending a pretty decent amount this year, but still Minnesota, really, really good team. Like they've put together, I think when you look at the Western Conference, they've actually probably been the most consistent team in the West.
Well, the fact they were able to catch up to Winnipeg after the start that Winnipeg had is incredibly impressive. And Kirill Kaprizov is just on another level too this season. 43 points. Next closest on Minnesota is Matt Boldy with 28, who is a point per game player. Like he is, Kaprizov has been crazy. Remember when we saw him in Toronto for the All-Star game?
Yeah.
Santa was there.
Don't look at me. I wasn't there.
Let's continue along. Let's get to a couple of more game notes. These ones, though, from our friends over at Sherwood Ford the Giant.
Did you know, since returning to the Oilers lineup, Zach Hyman has gotten 3 goals in 3 games, doubling what he did in the first 20 games of the season. That's awesome! Go Zach! Woo!
Oh, hey, Giant Mike here. The Wild not only have the best point percentage, they've allowed the least amount of goals in the league.
Hey everybody, it's Noah, your Ford guy. Did you know that Minnesota has not been that nice to us Oilers? We've lost our last 6 games on the road against the Wild. We need McJesus more than ever. Ah!
That was amazing.
See? Tyler, that could be you on the GT Snow Racer, only if you become nice.
It's a Paw Patrol branded one as well.
Really?
Score some points with my nieces on that bad boy.
There's a young girl in this city. Her name is Crawford, and she loves Paw Patrol.
She clipped that. Make sure she gets a chance to see it.
Santa.
Those videos just keep getting better and better.
I know. I love him so much.
We got a super chat in from Mr. Cates going to the Ben Stelter Fund. They said something and said, I want Ty to try say it, but I don't know what it means, so I don't want to say it.
I'll Google it.
You Google it and get back to me, Liam.
Is that
if I get in trouble, this is a company laptop.
Yeah,
Can
that's
you click
a good
on
point.
it? Can you go back so I can see how to spell it? Oh,
Oh.
I got it. Yeah, that's all good.
We also have a special announcement to make, everybody. Live right now. The Next Nation Vacation on nationgear.ca. We are going back to Vegas this year, and you can buy in. It just launched, nationgear.ca. It's our BM's 40th birthday special trip because he will be turning 40 while we're down there. Presented by Flair Airlines.
Oh, nice.
I can't.
Do you know what Santa's already hearing? He's got the earbud in back to the North Pole, and already the Nation Vacation is appearing on gift wish lists across the world. That was fast, Tyler. Good job. If you're nice, Santa will help deliver you those trips to Vegas.
Yes, we're going back to Vegas in April, and here's what you get if you buy into the trip. You can see the prices on your screen right now. March 30th until April 2nd, you are getting direct flights both ways. It includes your carry-on and your personal item. You leave on Sunday. The game is on Tuesday, so you get a couple of days in Vegas. You get your transportation to and from the airport. You get a 3-night stay at the Circa Las Vegas with pool access. If you were keeping tabs on some of the stuff we did. Well, actually, no.
Home of the stadium swim.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Remember
Santa likes to go there during March Madness.
If you remember the pool I jumped into on Oilersnation Everyday during the draft, that's where we're going back. So you're going to have full access to that pool so you can sit, watch the games on all the big screens and stuff. Yes, this is based on double occupancy as well. I see that one question come in. So again, flights to and from Vegas, direct both ways with your carry-on and your personal item. Transportation to and from the airport in Vegas. 3 nights at the Circa Las Vegas with pool access. And for the game, we're going to be watching it from the Stella Artois Loft. And it's a pretty cool experience up there. It's like our own little cutoff area for the trip. And this is the one that maybe explains the price tag a little bit. All-inclusive food and beverages.
Damn.
They don't give them away in Vegas.
Except for at the Stella Artois Loft where they do give them away. But anyways, it's a really cool VIP kind of thing we got going on here. Your food and drink paid for at the game. You're getting your tickets to the game. 3 nights at Circa. It's out on Fremont. It is awesome. Yeah, giddy up. This is going to be a fun trip.
Do Santa a favor. It's a great gift idea, and it makes his bag a lot lighter.
Like, look at that. That could be us hanging out as the
You
crew.
and the elves love stadium swim.
Is that where you go on Boxing Day?
Everyone's
Santa
asking.
loves to bet when he's not focused on Christmas.
Everyone's asking if it's free non-alcoholic drinks. Like, no, beer and wine. Like, beer and wine included in this, and food. So, like, when you start to kind of do the math, I don't know if anyone here has ever been to a game, or anyone watching has ever been to a game in Vegas. We're talking like $22 a beer US at that stadium. So when you factor in the cost of doing a trip down to Vegas to watch the team play, sit there, and if you're a 1 BPP person, you're spending almost over $100 Canadian just on beers at that game. So it's a big part of the experience. We're all going to be in a cool spot. Like, it is really, really unique. So really excited to hopefully see a bunch of you on the trip. Tim from my curling team is already buying in. Tim's coming. He's locked in.
Nice.
Tim's on the good list.
I'm going to have to figure some things out on this one so I can get that.
Put him
too.
on your wish list, Liam.
There you go.
Santa's got your back.
All right, clip that. I found out what the word means that our friend who sent it again.
Mr. Cates.
I cannot say it because I could not find a pronunciation for it.
Okay.
But it's a Christmas song.
Oh,
It's
so
a Hawaiian Christmas song.
also
Mele Kalikimaka.
Oh,
how do you know that?
Oh, I'm Santa. The song's about me, Tyler. Silly you.
It's a really catchy one, actually. I can't find the pronunciation because they're all videos, and it literally just says like we cannot pronounce this in writing stuff. But it's a really catchy song. I know exactly what song it is now.
Cameron is in, and he says Nation Vacation open to international. So again, AB, if you flash it up, we got the flight package, which leaves from Edmonton. If you're getting your own flights down to Vegas, and like again, maybe you want to extend the trip on either side of it, or you're coming in from not Edmonton, the non-flight package is right there for you as well. You can find them both at nationgear.ca. Very excited to be going back to Vegas this year. It is so much fun. Austin is in. Man, I'd be so down for Vegas. Too bad I'm 10 plus hours away. Non-flight package. There you go. Flying from wherever. We'll meet you at the airport. Oh, it's going to be fun.
My first nation vacation was Vegas, and that was
So is mine.
I kind of peaked.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day question here today. Brought to you by, guess who? Our friends at Sherwood Ford, the Giant, and their fantastic service department. Nation Valet Service. Never visit the dealership again for your car service. They pick you up or pick up your vehicle, bring it in, do the work, bring it right back to you. And right now, you can book any service over $100. If you do it before December 31st, you're going to get a free tire swap on them. Just bring your winter tires to the Sherwood Ford Service Center. All right. Elliot Friedman threw out a couple of names that the Oilers could be interested in. I'm going to read them to you. You're going to
Santa.
I'm going to read them to you. You're going to tell me who you wouldn't mind seeing the Oilers go after.
Okay.
Brian Dumoulin in Anaheim, David Savard in Montreal,
Too old.
Alec Martinez in Chicago. Definitely too old. That almost made Santa break character. Ivan Provorov in Columbus, Will Borgen in Seattle, or this is the new one, Pavel Mintyukov in Anaheim.
The young kid?
The young guy.
Anaheim is open for business.
Anaheim is open for business. They just got smoked by the Ottawa Senators the other day. So Pavel Mintyukov, 21 years old, left shot defenseman in Anaheim, making $918K this year and next year.
You know what they say? Too many lefts make a right.
I thought they say flip them.
That's exactly what Santa's referring to, Tyler.
Okay, so I'm out on the first three names you said.
Dumoulin, Savard, and Martinez would be bad ideas.
And then what was the next one?
Provorov, Borgen, or Mintyukov.
Provorov. I don't think I would be interested in Mintyukov.
It's a little bit like the Yaremchuk thing in the debate we had with Bruce, where it was like, do you trust him to play in the playoffs? Yes, no. If it's no, then you can't waste assets to acquire him.
Pavel Mintyukov. Has he even
Alex
played?
Martinez is interesting to Santa.
Alec Martinez?
Yes.
He's
What's
too
his
old,
gamble?
Jay.
I know, but he's got that amazing Stanley Cup experience.
Every player.
MOT Stanley Cup game winner as well. Fun
He
fact.
does, yeah. The Mintyukov thing is actually Pavel Mintyukov. Mintyukov? Is that what I'm saying?
Mintyukov,
Right? Mintyukov. He has played 86 games in the league, which isn't a ton. I thought he was kind of just that guy who was sat in Bakersfield in, what do they play? San Diego? Not playing. 10th overall pick, 34 points in 86 games. He's just a left shot. That's the problem. I'd rather just go get Provorov, for example. Will Borgen's
interesting to me. Not a great puck mover, but Martinez is a $4 million cap hit pending UFA, 37 years old. Borgen is 27 years old, right shot D-man, 2.7 million pending UFA. If Seattle sells, that's a really interesting name, I think.
Yeah, I would be intrigued by that. He's been a guy that's been brought up a few times, right?
Yeah.
He was on the list last year, maybe the year
I think
before.
Bob's a big fan of him.
Well, if Bob likes him,
and we have to like him.
Then I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that's a Sherwood Ford Giant question. A new name emerges as a potential trade candidate for the Edmonton Oilers. Let's continue along, get to our lineup report brought to you by our friends at Greta. Great spot pregame, postgame, during the game. Their TV setup is elite. Check them out downtown Edmonton for the best arcade games, bar, and street food. Here's what the Oilers are doing tonight. Same forward lines. Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, Draisaitl, Podkolzin, Kapanen, Henrique with Janmark and Skinner, Derek Ryan with Corey Perry, and Connor Brown. The blue line, exactly the same as last game. Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Stetcher, Kulak with Emberson. The goaltending, different than last game. Edmonton opting to go with Calvin Pickard. Pickard comes in actually playing some pretty decent hockey this season. He's at an .892 save percentage on the year. Edmonton has won each of his last 2 starts. .864 save percentage in the win against Columbus, .903 against Utah. Pickard has been above 900 in 3 of his last 5 starts and won 3 of his last 5 starts. Do you like the decision to go with Picks?
Based off circumstance, yes. I think we spoke about it, didn't we? Like, he's probably going to get most of these Thursday games. This game, the Oilers are going to have to play really well in front of him.
Are the Oilers punting? Are they like, fucking, we're not winning in Minnesota anyways?
Tyler! Stats is here, and he's listening, and you are on the naughty list.
Yeah, you can't just drop F-bombs
You
around.
can't dig your way down. You have to dig your way up.
You like the decision to go with Picks?
No, but yes, I understand the decision. I mean, I think you should play your strongest lineup against one of the best teams in the league, but also you play the Vegas Golden Knights on Saturday.
Yeah,
and
you need
to win that game.
Yeah.
So I am fine with it. It kind of does feel like they're punting, but also I think Pickett's good enough to win them this game, but he's going to have to be at his everyone's going to have to be their absolute best, no matter what.
Thinks it forces the team in front of them to just take it up one more notch.
They did just beat Tampa Bay, who have done really well recently. They can do it. I believe they can do it, but their odds are against them. We should take save percentage off this.
Your anti-save percentage?
I am. Just make it last 5 games.
When it always has the opposing
Liam and
goalie.
the cherry picker.
Ooh.
Oh.
After that game, should we do the math on how many saves Stuart Skinner has to make tonight for him to get back to 900?
If Skinner's making any saves tonight, we are in trouble.
The answer is infinity.
We'll have to be doing that tomorrow on the show as we get set for the weekend game against Vegas. Lineup report for Minnesota. Top line: Marco Rossi, Kirill Kaprizov, and Matt Boldy. This is the big 3 in mini. Boldy, 9 points in his last 10. Rossi, 9 points in his last 10. Kaprizov, 10 points in his last 10. Those 3 are very, very good. If you don't know who Matt Boldy is right now, I think we're going to get to the next couple of years here where he's going to be given that label of like the most underrated player in the league, or one of them, just amongst I think casual fans is what I'd say. He's going to be a star soon. I love Matt Boldy in mini. Ryan
Marco Rossi, has been awesome too for them.
Too. Yeah. Ryan Hartman with Marcus Foligno and Marcus Johansson is the second line. Jacob Loco, who is a good friend of our friends at What Chaos. They love Jacob Loco.
And he loves Lord of the Rings.
He does. He's playing on a line with Freddie Gaudreau and Yakov Trenin. And then Devin Shore is in the lineup tonight for mini against, according to Daily Faceoff.
One of the I hate when we have to play against him. You never know what he's going to do.
Hopefully nothing.
What?
I think you kind of know what Devin Shore's going to do.
He had the post against us last time.
Fair.
That's all the goalie gave him.
Ben Jones on the right side of that line, and then Marat Kusnutdinov.
Damn.
That sounds like a weird name, Tyler.
Kusnutdinov. Kusnutdinov. Gonna stop that.
Doesn't matter if you keep saying it. It sounds more pornographic by the second.
Santa.
Jesus, Santa. Jacob Middleton with Brock Faber is the top pairing for the Wild. Declan Chisholm with Jared Spurgeon, the Edmonton boy. And the third pairing is John Merrill with Zach Bogosian. The Minnesota Wild expected to be going with Philip Gustafsson, who comes into today. He is confirmed now, by the way, for the Wild. 218 goals against average, 927 save percentage. He is second on the Bet365 odds board for the Vezina this year. Gustafsson has been unbelievable. And what's interesting, they were trying to trade him this summer and didn't get enough offers.
Damn. Yeah, I forgot about that. Also, just like a bad decision by the Wild, evidently.
Yeah, well, now they also have to sign him because he's a UFA.
Make him pay now.
Yeah, or maybe he'll leave. He's an RFA.
He's a UFA.
He's a UFA.
Not at the end of this season, at the end of next season.
Oh, interesting.
They have Wallstedt in the minors. Gregor and Frank had a really good debate about this today on the DFO Rundown. You can find that wherever you get your podcast from. But it's like, if you're Gustafsson, they tried to trade you once. If they don't want to extend you this summer because you're coming off a great season, maybe you just sit there and go like, okay, yeah, you guys have Wallstedt. You clearly don't believe in me. I want out.
A goaltend is so interesting because I understand why maybe you don't want to pay them, but also the grass isn't always greener. You know, like this whole debate on like Igor recently is like, why would they pay him? So because he's one of the best goalies in the league.
Oh, they're not gonna like that contract.
I don't know. Like,
11.5
but like which
million
one,
on a goalie?
which big goalie deal hasn't worked? Like Bobrovsky's not been great, but they won a cup. Carey Price left, but it got them to a Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
And then there's
Vasilevsky.
one Vasilevsky, was
It
he have
worked very
2,
well.
3, whatever it is. I just don't really get it. I think the evidence somewhat proves it kind of works on elite goalies.
Fair. All right. There you go. That is our lineup report for our friends over at Greta. Let's get to our game day betting challenge brought to you by Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION to get in on a huge range of markets. Download the app. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Jay and I both got robbed last game against Tampa. I needed one more Kaprizov shot to hit a plus 350 banger. Jay, because it was an own goal, does not get the Darnell Nurse assist on the Leon Draisaitl goal.
That was a tough one.
That's a tough one.
I think Jay got more robbed than you because they actually gave it to Nurse originally.
I think they
And
took it
then
away.
took it away.
But Kucherov,
I
remember.
Jay before
I
he
was
came
gonna
here, he
say-
prepped me for the show, and he said it still stings.
Kucherov also had 9 shot attempts in that game and only got 3 of them on net. So that is where,
Scared of Skinner.
evidently, it was hard to find a hole.
Yeah. Bouchard was the only one that could help them out.
All right, let's get to our pick. Or actually, do we have the updated standings?
Oh, we sure do. Right?
It's not up.
Oh, what the heck?
In the work tape.
Let me get it in there. I always press the wrong.
Because you're the only one who
button.
hit. So I assumed you would update it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while you
quite
guys are
high
doing
up
that,
there.
we can do our picks for today. I'm going right back to the well, a little shot prop parlay. Matt Boldy has been absolutely crushing his shot prop as of late. Here are his last 5 games for shots on goal: 6, 4, 4, 6, and 5. So getting Boldy at 4+ tonight feels like a good spot. And because I would like to work in an Oiler, I'm going to go with Zachary Martin Hyman. His last 5 games, 3, 5, 5, 2, and 4. So he's hit this in 3 of his last 5. That's definitely the risk in this one. Boldy's a lock. Hoping Hyman can hit it as well. Play them together. It is plus 350. Who's next?
Okay.
Lehman.
Me. Draisaitl goal. Plus
Simple.
155. I mean, at the end of the day, this guy's leading the NHL in goals, and you're still getting great value on it. I think you just got to hit it until the Bucks turn on you.
Plus 155 is a darn good price tag for the guy who is leading the NHL in goals. Santa, your bet.
I came to help my friend Dear Jay. When I'm at the North Pole Tavern with the elves, blowing off some steam and making some bets on the game, my fellow elves have a nickname for Santa. They call him Puckline Santa. So I'm going to bring Jay, who's on the good list, a Puckline Oilers victory today. It's juicy enough because we're playing the Wild, and it'll help him get back on his season on the rails against young Lehman.
Santa, Jay actually hit a pretty good one the other day.
Jay did hit a pretty good one the other day. He is climbing out of this, but he still has some work to do. So
Yeah.
Santa's here to help.
Gonna need more than a couple puck lines to dig himself out of that hole.
One puck line at a time, Santa always says to the elves at the tavern.
If I hit tonight, I'm in the positives, Liam.
Yeah, if
You
I
hear
hit
those
tonight,
footsteps?
I'll be over 10 units.
Damn it. No, you won't. You'll be at 9.85.
Round it up. Flip them.
It's a rounding error. Everything's just a rounding error.
I can add it myself. I make the graphic.
Dangerous Wait, I can't read your comment.
Santa's glasses aren't prescription, so we can't see what he said.
Oh my God. That's so messed up. I think Dangerous Wade's coming tonight.
I hope so.
I have a question for him that I want to ask him at the party.
Why are you so funny? And where do your jokes come from?
Where do you get it? Where do you get it from?
And where do you get off?
I want to ask him that.
Someone commented, Lance Kane made an awesome tweet last night, and someone just commented a vomit emoji underneath it. And Dangerous Wade commented, "Wow, so excited for the party, you're throwing up everywhere." And it got me good. It got me good.
Well, Dangerous Wade, you said you can get tickets.
We have one left.
We have one left. If you want it, you know how to reach us.
Potentially 2.
There's the
That's where we
location.
are.
We're down at Dogpatch. I can't wait.
Where's
for
Connor Brown on that map?
Oh, he's way down Highway 16.
Tonight's gonna be a lot of fun down at Dogpatch. Pre and post game show live from the bar, doing it in the DJ booth. We're gonna have trivia. So we're getting Kennedy to go get whiteboards. So we're gonna do our trivia like Big Brother style, where we'll do like some numbers, and it's like closest to the number without going over.
But we're not giving away the prize money Big Brother does. Just to clarify,
We got a white
household.
we got a white jersey to give away.
Oh, nice.
We got a little bit of swag from our friends at Odd Company. I think we have a little bit of stuff from Sports Closet as well. We got Oodle Noodle coupons for everybody who shows up this evening.
Mary Nudes-Miss.
Mary Nudes-Miss, yes. It's going to be great.
Oh, that is
It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see everybody.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, let's wrap up the show with our keys to victory for our friends at Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. Hit the trails this winter, the waves next summer. Maybe you want to get yourself on a new ski-doo, maybe a new sleigh if you're a certain someone. Sherwood Power Sports and Marine is home of the $50 biweekly ATV and the $105 biweekly boat. Check them out right in the heart of Sherwood Park, Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. Liam, I'll let you go first because your key to victory will undoubtedly be the least annoying. What do you got tonight?
Let me have a think. Whilst I'm thinking, maybe Santa could give his key to victory quickly.
So many naughty boys on the Minnesota Wild roster. Santa's key to victory is to just suppress those young guns and come out and play aggressive. Shell that goalie who's getting greedy and wants more money because he's getting mistreated. Get in his head.
I think I got mine now.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the offense. I think your offense needs to really take over this game tonight. Obviously, the Minnesota Wild have gone wild, and they are not allowing very many goals. So now they got to try and flip the script.
I'm not even going to say Calvin Pickard needs to outduel Philip Gustafsson tonight, but I do think Calvin Pickard needs to be really solid for them. I don't think you're going to win this game 5-4, 6-5, 6-3. You're probably winning this game 2-1, 3-1, something like that. So you're going to need picks to be really, really solid in this one. Last time he played, someone in the chat said it, the Oilers only allowed 16 shots. They do traditionally play really, really well in front of Calvin Pickard, and that needs to continue, but Pickard's got to hold up his end of the bargain this evening. So
all gas, no brakes, just like Santa on the 25th. He has no time. Floor it, boys. On Dancer, on Prancer,
on Connor, on Leon.
Connor, on Leon, on Connor Brown, on my favorite Oiler of all, Matthias Janmark. He has been such a good boy this year. These two people don't think so. There's strikes against them, hence why Tyler's really on the naughty list. But Liam makes up for it with his funny British humor. Santa loves a pun.
I have kind of breaking news, non-Oilers related.
Is it Corbin Burns signing with the Jays?
JT Miller is going to play tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was.
JT Miller's on the naughty list.
So he'll play. I don't even know who the Canucks play, but they're playing him.
Yeah, he's back. Him and Demko both back. That's pretty big for them. Also, tonight we're going to have Nation Beers on special.
Whoa.
And so my brother-in-law is going to come tonight, and he just texted me and was like, hey, I can drive you home after if you want.
Damn.
So I might get into I'm eyeing a couple full cans here.
Oh, when Santa's off the clock, nothing satisfies his thirst more than a delicious Nation beer.
Crisp, clean lager from our friends at Odd Company, perfect for game day or everyday. Buy the all-new Nation Beer Everyday Lager at one of their 2 locations in the Edmonton area, Ritchie or downtown, or go to Liquor Connect, type in Nation Beer, and find the liquor store nearest you. Mulek asked, what's the special tonight? So we got Nation Beer, we got all-day happy hour, we got the Nation Burger with donair meat, which sounds fantastic. So again, we got 3 things rolling tonight. We're going to have a bunch of prizes for everybody. It is going to be a lot of fun down at Dogpatch tonight. And if it goes well, and I'm sure it will, we're going to have a ton of fun. We're going to maybe look to make this like a routine thing, like maybe every
Christmas.
No, yes, but maybe try once a month, once every month and a bit to do like a regular meetup with everybody down at Dogpatch. It'll be great. Giddy up. Going to be a lot of fun. Anything else?
Bill Belichick went to the North Carolina.
Yep.
I'll just read off
that confuses Santa. Bill, you're old. Enjoy retirement.
Isn't there some part of his deal that like his son's going to be the head
Yeah,
coach
they
in
think
waiting?
that in 2 years, he's going to take it over.
Oh, that he's just being a good father.
His
Okay.
dad used to coach there, I think. There's some weird.
Yeah, he used to go to games or something when he was younger.
Back in 1950, his dad was an assistant coach there. So now it's like
I said me, Drake May from North Carolina, Bill from North Carolina.
Yeah.
They now love North
Doesn't
Carolina
his
Blue.
girlfriend go to school in North Carolina?
Probably.
Bill knows how to speak the language.
He said he can recruit kids very well. I saw that. I was like, oh.
That's tough.
Well, I don't think it's going to get better than that today.
No, probably not. Edmonton in mini looking to snap a 6-game losing streak out in Minneapolis. It'll be a tough one tonight, and we're going to be watching it all together. Excited to see everybody this evening. I hope you enjoyed a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of the show. Shout out to Bruce Curlock for swinging by once again and giving us his analysis. He always makes the show better. Tomorrow, Jason Demers and more on what we hope will be a victory edition of the program. Enjoy the hockey game tonight, whether you're at home or here at Dogpatch, and we'll see you tomorrow at noon Mountain. Oil up.
Thank you for watching Oilers Nation Every Day. Hit the subscribe button to never miss a show. And for more, visit Oilersnation.com.